Hi there, folks. Sean Broderick, and I'm here at the New Orleans Investment Conference, and I'm speaking to Kim Burgeon, and she is the Director for Capital Markets for Sandstorm Gold. Now, my gold and silver trader subscribers know Sandstorm Gold. We're doing very well with it, but she's here to explain the company, not only to them, but to anyone who really doesn't know much about this fantastic gold royalty and streaming company. So, hi there, Kim. Could you please speak to my subscribers and just give them the scoop on your company?
Great. Thank you so much, Sean. So what Sandstorm does is we don't operate mines. What we do is we help finance them. So we provide financing, upfront capital, and in return we either get a percentage of revenue or a percentage of production. And we get that for the life of the mine, and there's a set price per ounce that we pay. So for mining companies, it's a great way to get financing from your traditional forms of financing, which would be debt or equity.
Yeah. For example, you just did you did a financing for America's gold and silver.
Yes.
And so could you perhaps just explain how that went?
Mm-hmm. So that one's a little bit different. We did a financing package with America's Gold and Silver on their Relief Canyon project in Nevada. So the total financing package was just over $42 million, $42.5 million. And that consisted of three different parts. So there was one part that was $25 million, and that was for a stream and royalty. And so how that worked is we get fixed ounces over the first 5.5 years, and then after that we have a stream on the main area of the project. Surrounding that, we have a varied royalty on the rest of the property. The other part was that we subscribed to some of their equity as well as a convertible debenture. And what was really great about this deal was, we knew how much, America's Gold and Silver needed for financing, but that amount would have been too large to do on just a stream or royalty. It would have kind of overstreamed the project and ruined some of the economics. And so we were able to provide financing in a few different ways to get them the amount that they needed, as well as getting exposure to the project and to their equity, which has performed very well since we announced the deal in April.
Great. One thing that I like about what your kind of company does is that you have a really fixed cost on gold. What is the cost on gold for you?
So it varies on the asset. So if it's a royalty, we get it off the top line, so a percentage of revenue.
Right.
But if it's a stream, it's a set price per ounce. So it varies from anywhere from some of the projects we pay 30% of spot, so you always have that 70% margin.
Okay.
Others it's a set amount. So in Q3, the average cost we paid per ounce of gold was under $300, and so that gave us margins of over $1,200 an ounce for the ounces that we produced in the quarter. And
you guys kind of branched out. You actually own a piece of a gold mine over in Turkey, right? Right?
So we announced an acquisition of a company that held a 30% minority interest in a project. So that project is called Hodmodden. And so it's a bit different from what we normally do, but it's a really unique project, very high grade and low cost. The PFS that came out last year, the average gold grade was almost 12 ounces gold equivalent per ounce. And so all-in sustaining costs are estimated at under $400 an ounce. So it is very similar to a stream in the sense that it's such a high grade and low cost. And there's the operator that's based in Turkey that is kind of running the show. And so we're, more of a backseat owner on this.
All right. Okay, cool. So what kind of things can my subscribers expect to see coming out of your company, say, over the next 6 months, the next year, that kind of thing?
Acquisitions and whatnot, yes. Yeah. So really what we're focusing now, most of our capital is we're looking for near-term production. So things that, would be producing in the next 6 to 18 months. We do, put smaller amounts of capital into more exploration projects, but the big bulk of it is going to go into near-term production. So our corporate development team is looking for new deals. But with our existing portfolio, we have more than double production by 2023. So there's a lot of growth built in with everything that we've already invested.
More than double your production by 2023. And it's not like you have to invest in big trucks or hiring miners and stuff like that. That is a fantastic business model. So how much cash do you guys have on hand now, and what's the general outlook for cash flow?
So I think we have about $5 million from our Q3 in cash right now. We do have a credit facility which we've drawn on, and so it's always a balance for allocation of capital. We have a share buyback program in place, pay down debt, do new deals, so it kind of gets allocated, in a multiple ways. So right now we're focusing on, we'll be paying down that debt, but if there's new deals, we probably would draw on the credit facility and then use the operating cash flow as well.
Okay, cool. That about wraps up my questions.
Great.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
I would say, one thing about Sandstorm is it reduces your risk and you get exposure to a diversified portfolio of assets. So we've done the due diligence and found the projects that we think have the most upside and built it into kind of a package and portfolio. So as an investor, you get access to so many. We have 190 streams of royalties, 23 are in production with just one investment. So you're getting exposure of diversification as well as growth, with the risk reduction compared to an operator.
Okay, great. Well, I guess we can wrap it up there. Let's give them the stock symbol.
So on the New York Stock Exchange, it's SAND, S-A-N-D, and on the Toronto Stock Exchange, it is SSL.
Fascinating company. We own it for a reason. It's doing very well for us. I expect it will continue to do well going forward, especially because they really pick companies that can expand resources, which gives them even greater profit potential down the road. So keep your eye on this one. We are going to hold it, and I think we'll do very well. Thanks very much for speaking to my subscribers. You folks stay tuned. I'll have more for you from the New Orleans Investment Conference.